Hey guys, this is Salam. We're back with another video. Today I want to make a special video that I should have done a long time ago since I got the car. It's about all these questions I be getting all the time that I should be answering. And since I get these questions all the time, I figured I'd make a video about it. So basically we're going to be talking about the history of the Hellgato. If you guys, for those people that don't know about the car and all the history behind it, today, pretty much, you'll know everything you need to know and how I found it and what this car is exactly. Let's start off with the actual car itself. So this is a 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat 6.2 supercharged V8 Hemi. They make 707 horsepower. So this car was purchased by the famous YouTuber Salamandrin. And he bought it like in late 2014, like when the first Hellcats showed up in the world. He purchased it. Back then, I believe Salamandrin was just barely starting his YouTube channel. And I think he was doing like reviews on electronics and other stuff. I'm not sure what other businesses he had back then. But so basically one day he posted a video about this car when it was bone stock. It was a white pearl paint. That's the actual color you can see. And so he made a video about it one day, and he started getting a lot of views on that video. And at that same time, Salamandrin was pretty much rich. So he had I believe a 918 Porsche and a Pagani Huayra, I believe, like a couple of millions each. So when he made this video of the car, I think it took off. So from what he mentions, this is pretty much the car that started his YouTube channel and what pretty much helped him get big on YouTube. And so after that, he started talking about his other cars, and since he knows so much about like Porsches and stuff, people would love to listen to him. So yeah, it was definitely a big help to start his channel. And since it was after he started his channel, he decided to go all out on the car. And all out, I'm talking about, he did 4 big things on the car that made it stand out a lot in the car scene and on social media. So like early 2015, I would say, that's when Salamandrin did 4 big things on the car, which is the wrap itself. This was done by Sticker City in Los Angeles, California. From what I know, it took about 2 weeks to complete the wrap, because it is 3 stages of wrap. There is a matte chrome, black chrome, and regular chrome. And that was one thing. But before that, he did the Liberty Walk wide body kit. So I believe, from what I know and from what I've been hearing, people told me that this is the first Liberty Walk Hellcat in the world, but in California for sure. Also airbags too. This could be the first bagged Hellcat in the world. I did change the bags. Now it has the same system but different bags. We will be talking about that more in my next video when I talk about all the mods I've done to it so far. And the last thing was the wheels. It has the PUR or Pure, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they are custom 3-piece wheels. And back then I heard they were one of a kind, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. So that's when the car really got popular at that time. And it got so popular that they made or put it in 2 different games. It was Need for Speed and Forza 4. Like, you could still get the skin on Forza and Need for Speed until this day. So yeah, it got really popular. You know, it was known a lot in the car scene and the social media. So that was pretty much it. That's the first owner. That's the Salamandrin. After that, you know, pretty much, because he had so many cars, he didn't drive it that much. It only had like 2,000 some miles by the time he sold it. So the second owner that's when the second owner comes in. So after Salamandrin, usually when he gets rid of his cars, he gives them to a broker. At that time, the broker used to know this body shop guy. It's an older Middle Eastern guy that pretty much owns a body shop and collects classic Mopars. And he've always wanted to buy a Hellcat. So when the broker talked to the owner of the body shop, which is Harut, shout out to you for keeping the car clean, told him, you know, I might be buying a Hellcat soon. So one day the broker went to the body shop and the owner wasn't there. and he showed his employees the pictures of the Hellcat. And Harut, which is the owner, said, called the broker immediately. He said, you know what, whatever it is, whatever it costs, I want that Hellcat, I want to buy it. So long story short, Harut ended up buying it. So that's the second owner. And after he bought it, he had it for 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years, and he didn't drive it that much. Like, when I met him in January 2018, the car only still had 6,900 miles. So how did I meet him? He decided to sell the car because his son was turning 18 years old. And again, the reason why Salamandra sold it, and the main reason why also the second owner sold it, is because the airbags back then were not the best. So like the airbag system weren't popular as much as today. So the car back then didn't drive as good. It would shake and wobble and was all over the road. You couldn't even go over 70, 80 miles an hour. That's how bad it was. It was all show pretty much, no go. His son was turning 18 years old, and his son kept saying, oh, I want this Hellcat. I don't want nothing else when I get my license. And you know, the father did the right thing, and he said, no, I'm gonna sell it instead. So he listed it on Craigslist. And at that time, I was already looking for a Challenger Hellcat for 6 months. Like, I had already made up my mind, I'm gonna buy a used Hellcat for about, 50, 55 grand. But towards the end, I decided to go with the wide body, the 18 wide body Hellcats. And those come wide body from the factory. But, it's the OEM wide body. It's not as big as this, obviously. But it came down to it was the last day, and I had made up my mind. I'm like, this is it. I have to buy a Hellcat. Let me just look on Craigslist. But I usually look on OfferUp or more like Cars.com or Auto Trader. But I'm like, let me just look at the last look at Craigslist, because you can find some over there too sometimes. So I look, and towards the bottom of the ad, since he's not local, I found this ad of the second owner. It's saying, hey, it's the Hellgato. It was a very simple ad. If you know what it is, hit me up. No, don't waste my time. Give me a call. So I looked at the ad, and there wasn't even a phone number. So I had to email the owner. So I immediately emailed the owner around 7 p.m. and I said, hey, give me a call back because there's not a phone number on your ad. I'm very interested. So he got back to me around 8 o'clock, and I told him where you stay at, and it was about 2.5 hours away. So I told him, you know what, I'm down to come see it right now because I really want to see the car. Is that okay with you? He said, yeah, I'll be up around that time. You can come if you want. Immediately, I got in my car and drove over there. And when I got there, opened the garage, looked at the car, and sure enough, that was the actual car because I looked at it around. I mean, what other car has this wrap, and I had to identify it from Google Pictures with the Pagani event signature, the red interior, the red seat belts, and all that good stuff. So sure enough, that was the actual car, and I said, okay, let me sleep over it and think about it. It was out of my budget, obviously. So I got back home, almost couldn't sleep that night, and I hit him up next day. I made him an offer that was very, very fair, and he said, unfortunately, that I will not take that. It's kind of low. If you come up with more, let me know, but that's kind of low. I kind of got sad because I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to own it, I guess, because, I've been watching this car since, like, years before that, so I knew a lot about the car, and I couldn't imagine myself, like, owning the car itself. I sent him another message. I said, you know what, I only have a certain amount of money. That's my budget. If I have to go up like this much more, that's about all I can do. I can give you all the money I have and pretty much finance the rest. So he said, you know what, since you're a Mopar guy, and I know you would take care of the car, because I told him, we're both Middle Easterns, and I like classic Mopars also. And I told him I also started my modern Mopar club, and since we kind of had like a few things in common and stuff, the guy kind of liked me, to be honest, so he trusted me with the car and stuff. So he said, you know what, let's do it before I change my mind, because I really don't want to let go of the car, and if I ever keep it, I would like take off the wrap and paint it gloss black and all that stuff. So I said, you know what, I'm down, let's do it. Let me call my credit union immediately. So I called them, got approved for the loan, for the remaining balance pretty much. And sure enough, next day we met up on my day off, put all the money I had down, financed the rest, and boom, got the keys, and that was it. I purchased it on January 18, 2018, and yeah, I've owned it since then. That's pretty much, you know, all the info I can provide about all the history. I will be making another video after this one, another vlog maybe, talking about all the mods I've done to it since I purchased it. Because when I had it, you know, when I bought it in the beginning, that's all it had, is pretty much the wrap, the wheels, the airbags. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot to me. You know, I'm happy that I own the car now. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate. If I missed anything important about the history of the car, comment down below. I'll be answering them all. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.